welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk on our special artist couples episode of La La Land. We're taking your calls, guys, at 1-800-336-2225. Give us a call if you have any questions for our guests, Timothy Sands and Megan Kulig. And guys, when we went to break, we were talking a little bit about being a couple in the industry and how that works out for you. Do you find that there's any particular difficulties, something that makes it difficult to be an artist couple, or is it pretty smooth sailing and you guys have worked out the kinks pretty well? Is there any?
I think most of it's been pretty smooth for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only difficult thing would maybe be the fact that we spent or at least I know you spend a lot of time listening to me talk about it incessantly.
Yes.
So I could see if someone was like, I just want to take this out of my mind. But I don't know. We haven't run into that.
Yeah. No, being artists, if you book something, you spend a lot of time apart. Sometimes that's a little challenging, and it's not an everyday schedule where people have a 9-to-5 job and come home to somebody. It's with Tim's performances or the shows he does. Sometimes, the rehearsals take weeks and weeks, and some of the times
like
I don't
9-hour days.
Yeah,
into the night.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
and of course we work too. Especially in LA. You're working and also working on your project.
So you're balancing like something other than just being an actor.
Yeah.
And being able to provide like for your lifestyle here to be able to stay and do that. So you both are doing that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What are you guys doing? What do you find yourself splitting?
Well, most recently was probably the play. Both plays, the play I did last year and the play I did this year. We barely saw each other.
Yeah. And then did you balance, like, what was your other job?
Oh, yeah.
To help pay for the bills? A bar. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a waitress. So.
I work in a hotel.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I mean, there's something that you kind of have to get past, I feel like, as an actor or an actress out here is like until the money really starts coming in and that work really starts flowing, you do need to find a way to make a living because the most important thing is to figure out how can I stay here and keep doing what I love to do.
Yeah.
That
was rough when I first got to this town. And I always tell people or at least recommend to people, is especially when you plan to move to LA, is get all your acting in order.
Yes.
All your stuff.
Yeah, have a plan.
Yeah, you gotta have a plan, definitely.
Yeah. Because I spent that first year just kind of floating around and trying to find the acting thing along with the job. And
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you're kind of moving on, and you said that you were kind of getting ready to get some new headshots. And what's the goal with these new headshots? Like, what do you want to have your look be? Because a headshot is like your calling card to get into the door. So what's your thing?
Exactly. I want to capitalize kind of like I think I was mentioning earlier about the smart guy. My headshots just a little older were rugged. For some reason, I don't know why I went with rugged. It's not full.
And it changes as you keep going and stuff like that. Like Megan, for you, what's your your thing? What do you want to have be showing on your headshots?
Well, I just got my headshots done actually.
Oh, cool. Who'd you shoot with?
Mikhail Healy, and I have to say I've been getting a lot of attention. At this time, I don't have an agent, but I've been pushing my own work, and I at least have 1 or 2 auditions a week.
Yeah,
just from my headshots.
See, that's awesome.
And I have a lot of
when it's that good headshot.
I have a lot of theater on my resume, and I'm getting called for film, television, besides theater. Yeah. So it's the headshots that really make a difference.
I got really motivated when I saw her headshots to use the same lady. Mikhail.
Really?
Yeah, Mikhail.
Oh, she's fantastic.
And it was neat because I went on the first meeting with her, and that's a huge thing. I feel like
meeting with the photographer, so important. I did that same exact thing, and it just gets you so comfortable with them. And this the last person I shot with, I had a meeting. I sat down, they got to know me, and then they were able to shoot with me and laugh with me. And even in the emotional moments where you want to because headshots are not just about smiling and snapping that picture. It goes a lot deeper than that when you really want to get that good shot. And I think that's a really important thing for an actor to realize is it's so about the acting, even when you're taking those pictures.
And once you get those headshots, it's all about sending them out to casting directors and agents. Talk a little bit about that process. How's that been working out for you, the whole submission process, for people who are listening might not know what that's all about?
It basically, there are 2 websites that I submit to, LA Casting and Actors Access. And what that is you get submissions or opportunities to submit your picture and resume for projects that are going on in LA, particularly. And they're usually short films, student films, commercials, just about anything. And I focus on things that I think that I could get. You know, not just everything. I know some people who just submit for everything, just like a million things. But and then I know that if I get feedback that somebody wants me to come in for auditions for something I want, you know, something I'm really excited for. So that's generally what it is.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff is you can get on there and there's a lot of just bad projects or projects that don't fit you. And
definitely. And you waste your time and then you get disappointed. And there's no point in doing that to yourself.
I wasted
you know?
a lot of time when I was first year because I just wanted to go on any audition I could.
Yeah, you can kind of weed out those bad ones.
Do you find yourself submitting for, like, other than acting, like modeling jobs or things like that? You know, because they have a lot of those things on there too, like or stand-in positions. Have you guys submitted for stand-ins?
Well, print work, not so much modeling, because I think they're very particular for the modeling work. But
that might just be our hang-up, though. I have to admit, I do not motivate myself to go. Even print work, I just don't think of it.
But you know what? That's okay, because you got to focus on what you're going for, and that's the film and things. But a lot of people find, like, I need the money, and it's just kind of like, keep your focus on what you're doing. Don't get sidetracked,
nice.
You know?
I like that.
Timothy Sands and Megan Kulig, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us. Guys, keep your eyes out for them. They're going to be a heck of a successful couple.
Thanks so much, Brett. Awesome. Thank you.
And we'll be back to talk to Callie a little bit about her big move to New York. Happening in 2 days here on La La Land.
You guys are awesome.
On CRN Digital Talk.